It's our Season 4 premiere. Where did the time go? Right here on the PSD EdTech podcast.
Welcome to the PSD EdTech Coaches Podcast, a podcast for educators by educators that love to equip teachers, ponder, and discuss current issues and climate in education.
With your hosts, Dan Hopman, Melissa Shields, Jeri Sloan, and Steve Stucky. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome in. I'm Dan Hopman, one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District, with my co-hosts, Melissa Shields and Jeri Sloan. Ladies, how's it going?
Going well. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go.
And fall is in the air, so it's almost hiking time. Who's with me?
Not it.
Not it.
Oh, well.
Now, our fourth person is not here today. Steve is, he's on location, which I think is kind of funny, but on location being retired. Although I have a feeling that he's either doing bocce ball or he's bowling or he's golfing or actually, I think he's actually on his way into the AV this weekend. I know there's some stuff going on for October, so I know he's ready to join in with all of that. How are you guys' summers? Now, this is the first podcast we've done since May of the last school year. Any interesting things happen over the summer, Melissa?
Well, it was a rough summer and it was a fun summer. My father passed away in July, and that was hard. It's still hard. And then shortly after that, my husband and I went and took a trip to 10 days and spent in Greece. So that was a lot of fun.
Nice. Jeri?
Wow, I don't think I can follow that.
I'm sorry.
I've got fun with fur babies.
Well, not just fur babies, but grandbabies as well.
Grandbabies, yeah. Oh, God, they're so cute at that age, especially when you're not in charge of them 100% of the time, right?
Yeah, for me, I decided to work over the summer, and so I got my Apple coaching certificate, whatever that means. I don't know yet. Hold on, everyone's telling me to hit this button. There you go.
Thank you. That button was needed.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was probably one of the more difficult things I've done over a summer, not just because I wasn't prepared mentally, but it was like a master's course in education. It really was. And so it was difficult. So I'm glad you guys got to have some fun with fur babies and grandbabies. And I know, even though your dad passed away, I know he would have loved the fact that you got a chance to go to Greece and kind of get away from the AV like that. So everyone, it's been a minute since we've been with you, and we're hoping that you're all hanging in there. We know that things are not all fun and games right now. We've been very busy and have lost time. And we're trying to figure out, when we're going to record, when we're not going to record. And today it just so happens that we had some free time and we're able to get some recording done for you guys. I can't even imagine what free time looks like in your classroom right now, if it's even existing. So there's a lot of things for us to highlight this year so far here in October. We wanted to share with you a couple things. We're very excited to be working with the guru, mastermind, grill master, modern day Renaissance man, John Crippo, who's the creator or one of the creators of Edu Protocols. We've had 2 cohorts of teachers, about 60 total, working with him. And I know, Jeri, you worked with cohort 1. How did that go?
Oh, my gosh. The teachers their minds were blown, but it was in a good way. They had so many ideas and, just igniting that passion for not just, working with kids in the classroom, but also making those relationships with their students and bringing fun back to teaching.
Yeah, I know Melissa and I got to sit in with cohort 2. What were your impressions of cohort 2?
Well, I think it was kind of amazing how, I mean, we've had trainings where where every teacher is engaged, but they were not just regular engaged. They were like excited engaged, and they were like still talking about it. Even when you catch them in their side conversations, they were talking about what they could do with the Edu Protocols and how they could use it in their classroom. So it was pretty exciting. It
was kind of fun for me to watch the participants grab John when they could.
Yeah.
They get the time to work with their partners, and it's like, John, question. It was really fun to see that. He is the guru of Edu Protocols, and the cohorts 1 and 2 have a couple more meetings up with him very soon. And so we're really excited to see what that does for the classrooms. But remember that Edu Protocols it's not replacing curriculum. Its job is to help save you time with your planning. And so I'm going to say it again, it will not replace your curriculum. So don't think that this is going to be the math that's going to save your classroom or the reading program that's going to save your classroom. That's not what it is. It's about saving you time and making planning absolutely necessary, but quick, which is really nice. So remember that the coaches, and when I say coaches, I mean all coaches in the district, our job is to help you. It used to be, whenever you heard about coaches, that the problem teacher or a teacher that was brand new or a teacher that might have gotten written up has a coach coming in to help them. But that is not our role. Our role is to give you tools. And just like a carpenter has different types of hammers and screwdrivers and different things that they need to build a cabinet, we need, as teachers, different tools and different ways of getting through to our kids. So we know that time is precious, and we don't have a whole lot of it, so we want to make sure that it's a commodity that we are trying to save as much as we can. So when you need some help with finding ways of saving yourself time, let us know. This is what we're here for. Time is precious, and we would love to save you some of it. So on that note, Melissa, we have a newsletter. Can you tell everyone what the newsletter is and what its goal is?
We do. We have an awesome newsletter. It's called What the Tech. Every Friday afternoon, we send out our What the Tech newsletter to the certificated staff and others. So I think if we have maybe some long-term subs out there, maybe we could find a way to get them hooked into it or add their names to the list. So if you know of anyone who is not receiving the What the Tech newsletter, you might want to share their email with us so we can make sure they get that every week. But in a nutshell, we use our newsletter to share important updates, notifications about this, our podcast, our online self-paced professional development opportunities, aka Propel, which Jeri's going to mention in a little bit. And each one of us has our own page to share a tech tool, a quick tip, a point to ponder, and often a quick personal fun little note. We usually attach links or embed some websites into the images, so you definitely want to make sure to click around, and you might even discover some Easter eggs.
Yeah, and we really want to be able to give you some bite-sized pieces of information. We would love to have you guys face-to-face all the time so we can give you everything that we have. Sometimes it's just not the case, and most of the time it's not the case. So we want a way that we can give you guys just a quick thing to try. Basically you get... 9 pieces of information for the most part and pick one and see how it works. And maybe the next time you can pick something else. The fun part about the What the Tech is I've got, for the last, this is our second year doing What the Tech. In the subject line of the email, I always put in a little bit of music information in there, usually a song title. And then there's a challenge to try to beat Steve on Facebook. So if you want to be part of that challenge, take a look at the bolded title that's in the subject, and it's also usually in the body of the email. Plus I put it up on Facebook, and then there'll be a post up on Facebook asking if you're ready to answer who sang that song. And if you can beat Steve, we have something fun for you. The last few gifts have been these emoji frisbees that we had that are they're just fun to have with the kids, and you can let them go run around at recess and play with them. Go ahead.
Before we move on, just a little reminder, because sometimes I know teachers will look at the What the Tech and think, oh, this is really cool, but then, life happens, they get distracted, get busy, life gets in the way. And later on they think, oh, what was that? I know it was from last week, the week before. Just a little reminder, on the very first page, Dan puts a link to the previous week. And when you click on that, there's a link to the previous week. So you can go back, and you don't have to search through your emails to find a previous week's What the Tech.
Yeah, what's really nice about it is that actually, if you keep following the breadcrumbs all the way through this year's, you'll actually end up at last year's. So you can actually go all the way through.
Nice.
So another exciting thing is we started up Propel this week. So Jeri, what do we have going on with Propel?
Well, Propel is really cool. It's our version of how to help busy teachers with new ideas and new skills who are on very tight schedules. You guys, all you wonderful teachers out there, are super busy, and you have different needs and different skill levels and different things that you want to work on, or things that you have confidence in or want to get more confidence in. So we've got a differentiation in the sense of Propel you do on your own time. So you get 2 weeks, and it covers Google Workspace apps, maybe that are transformative in your classroom, EdTech tools we have available to us, and Edu protocols, because you don't have to attend these wonderful cohorts with John Carippo. you can get a little taste of Edu Protocols on our Propel self-paced classes. And then, of course, we are always here to help with that. It's really not something you need a huge amount of training in. You just need some help and support. And our self-paced Propel PD does that. There is one common theme, though. On all of our classes, we say, try it. Try it in your classroom. See what happens with the students. And then give us some work samples so that we can see ourselves, what's going on and how that's working for you and for the students.
And what's nice about that is that we also have you do it. And so that way, you get to be a student in what you would normally push out to students. So you kind of get that idea of not only, okay, I got to be a teacher and I got to be able to push this out, but now you take a look at it and go, I'm a student in this. I need to know how to accept that as well. And, and trying to find PD space in our district right now is just so difficult. And so holding these self-paced PDs seem to have kind of solved that issue. But if self-paced doesn't work for you, just keep in mind, don't forget, you can always have one of us come work with you one-on-one. You can have your own little PD session with us. So just let us know. We'd be more than happy to do that. So ladies, maybe we can give a little sneak peek of what the next learning period might be like. Maybe one class that we're working on for the next period. So Jeri, what do you have cooking?
I'm highlighting resources coming up for Digital Citizenship Week. So try our little games and some of our informational resources. And try them with your kids, too. And also an Edu Protocol called Number Story.
All right. Melissa.
I'm working on an Edu Protocol called the Ultimate Exit Ticket. It's a great way to promote growth over time and ownership of learning for the students, and not to mention a huge time saver for the teacher.
Nice. And I'm also working on an Edu Protocol Nacho paragraph, because it's not my paragraph. It's definitely not your paragraph, Nacho paragraph. Just a way of practicing paragraph editing and, just to make a fun way. Right now we've got a random emoji paragraph going, so it matches up with that super well. And so signups for this next learning period start on October 17th. They'll close on the night of the 23rd. And then day one of that learning period with this next set of classes starts on the 24th.
Do we get snacks after we take your nachos?
Now I want nachos. Yeah.
I know, I want nachos now, huh?
Maybe one thing is really cool is I love about the fact that they've got 2 weeks now. No longer do they have to try to, first of all, find an hour and a half to come on a Tech Tuesday, but then get everything done in that hour and a half or try to remember later. It's like their own time. If they've got 10 minutes here and then 20 minutes another day, that they can do it at their own pace. That's what's awesome.
If you like the live version, have us in with your friends.
Yeah, we love working with PLCs. Absolutely. Remember, PLCs is, that can look like different things. It can be your grade level. It could be a group of you at your school that want to get together. But remember, PLCs isn't what you do, it's who you are. So if it's really something that you really want to do, let us know. We would love to come and work with you. Don't get us wrong. We like working with staff meetings. Well, it's just not the most effective way. The most effective way really is one-on-one or small group. So that gives us that opportunity to really answer those questions. And it's also, you can't hide. You're kind of there. So we don't want you to hide.
Wouldn't it be nice if your PLC, if your team was helping build the materials? That would be an even bigger time saver. We already have time-saving materials, and that would be even better.
Yeah, and if you guys, that's actually a great point. If especially with the Edu Protocols, if you have a team working on them and each of you are taking a different protocol and sharing them amongst themselves, you've cut the planning time tremendously. Anything else that we need to talk about? We wanted to make this episode short because we haven't done this in a while. We didn't know what was going to come out of it. So anything else that we need to update?
Check out on this afternoon, around about 3 o'clock. We send out the What the Tech newsletter, so be on the lookout for that.
Okay, Jeri?
I just want to remind all the teachers out there, you know a lot more than you think you do, and you're doing a lot better than you think you are. So you want it to highlight something and have a teammate on something that you're that you want to get better at. Call us in, but just know you guys are doing great. You'd be amazed. Let's be an assets-based teacher for yourself, right?
Absolutely. So on our next episode, we'll have Steve either in on Zoom or we'll have him actually come to the Antelope Valley and sit with us. And we'll talk some stuff about what he's been up to, and we'll take a look at some other things going on in the district. So on that note, you guys have a great and safe weekend, and we will talk to you soon. And don't forget to reach out.
Still want nachos.
I do want nachos.
Oh, with just a light coating of jalapenos on top. So very lightly.
Or more.
Or more. Yum, yum.
Extra cheese.
Guacamole.
Ooh, guacamole. Oh, I'm getting hungry now.
Stay safe. 6 feet. Wash your hands.